Well, hello, water signs. How are you? This is your reading for all the questions that all the water sign people definitely have. And that is, why haven't they returned yet? Why? Well, I pulled some cards, and I want to see also what my grandmother has to say for you. So, water signs, let me just get started by saying that let's go over a little bit of history here. And for some of you, it's not the first time that they left or went on a separate route or took a break, so to speak. For a lot of you water signs, your partner seems to take frequent breaks, meaning they look for excuses, or they look for the arguments, or they look for the reason that they can get away from you for a little while, meaning that they can, not that you're a bad person, but because they want to not feel as if they have a commitment, to not feel like they have to do something, to not feel like it's mandatory, to not feel like a contract. A lot of your partners, water signs, need to feel that they can come and go as they please, that they have that freedom. So many excuse me, so many of your partners, water signs, excuse me, so many of your partners have this thing, feeling trapped, feeling like they're caught in something, feeling like they can't get out. So the first card that I have is the Strength card. And the reason that the Strength card comes up for your partner, wondering why they haven't returned, they are trying to be very strong and stern in a matter. Your partner is, and it could be a Leo that you're dealing with, but your partner is definitely trying to express that they can be without you, that they can make it on their own, that they can make it regardless of the situation. But more so, trying to show you that, yes, by not contacting you, not interacting with you, or anything of that nature. But inside, down inside of your partner, they are this, the opposite of strength. They are trying to pretend that they have it all together. They're trying to act like things are great since you've parted. They're trying to act like, you know, they're doing more, they're having more fun. You might be watching their social media and seeing different things, different pictures. You may think that they're with someone else and having a better time, loving that person more than they loved you, but don't believe it. Don't believe it, because my grandma said that this is reversed. So somebody's trying to show you all kind of strength, when in fact they have weakness. They also have a lot of weakness, water signs, that has to do with their self-esteem. They have a weakness that has to do with their confidence. You know, they quickly get intimidated by someone who puts them down, whether it's their manhood, whether it's their maturism, whether it's their pride, whether it's their strength, whether it's their abilities to do certain things. They quickly get intimidated. But they don't show you that. They don't show you that, but they come off sometimes by putting you down in a certain way and making you feel less than, or maybe taking an extra look at somebody who's walking past you, male or female, you know, but giving someone else attention to try to show your insecurities so that they can hide their own. So a big thing with you guys, with your water signs, is the people you're involved with are so busy about protecting their own pride that they're even willing to put you down in order to make them feel better, or to make you feel insecure by doing certain things to you. The next card that I got is the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles is saying that your partner is still very confused about the options that they have. They're still contemplating whether or not to take advantage of the different options that's available to them. Some people may be putting themselves in front of your partner, male or female, trying to get their attention, but they're still trying to decide whether or not they want to take that route, or whether or not they want to come back toward you. It's also very, very uplifting that messages from your partner seem to want to come in. When I got this, I love this Knight of Swords card, because this has always shown for me, the Knight of Swords, that messages are going to come in quickly, meaning that somebody is going to come around the corner and respond. You know, you're going to hear from somebody who you haven't heard from in quite some time. When I get this Knight of Swords card, to me, that's pretty much the only card I need to see to know whether or not somebody's coming back. So I can say that for water signs that the answer is yes. When? I can't tell you. But I do feel like it's quick. Because to my experience, every time I pulled this for anybody, it's been rather quickly, in less than a month's time. Less than a month's time. The next card that I got was the Lover's card, which is telling me that this partner of yours, although, yes, the Lover's card telling me there is love between you and this partner, yes, they feel like your soulmate to me, but at the same time, even though it's being guarded and blessed, by the angel, but what I'm still feeling is that there's still work to be done, because the hands are not joined yet. Okay, in the Lover's card, their hands are not joined yet. Once the hands touch, that is when commitment, engagements, marriage, that's when they come. Now, you're going to say, well, there's no card that shows the hands touching. That's okay. For my grandmother, there's a card that shows marriage coming. So I'm not going to tell you that ahead of time, because I don't want people to get crazy over that card, because that card can also have different meanings. So let me just say here that right now, currently, the hands are heading in the direction of being together, you see? They're heading in the directions, but at the same time, they're accepting the energies from above. So both of you are willing to listen. Both of you are trying to hear that inner voice, that intuition, that guidance from your angels. You're both trying to definitely hear this. But I do still get that your partner is right now unable to make a decision, not quite sure of what they want to do yet. They just don't have the balance yet. You see the feet? The feet are not balanced, okay? They don't have the balance yet, but what I can see is that there is evidence here with the head tilted, kind of saying, when somebody asks you something, you go like, well, you always get that tilt, but you see that head tilted, right? So, I want to say yes, but at the same time, I don't know whether that's the good thing to do or the bad thing to do. I don't know what I'm actually getting myself into at this point in time. However, I'm willing to look at both sides, and I am definitely going to try to figure things out. The reason I say for water signs is that your partner is definitely thinking very difficultly hard. They're stressing themselves out, trying to make a decision. They're looking at what they have right now currently, you see? They're definitely looking at what they have, and they're trying to decide, is this enough for me? Do I need more? Because they're looking, and when they look at this, they can see, and I don't know if you can tell with this lighting or not, but part of that circle is shaded a little bit, and the other side is brighter. So the part that they're looking at is not bright because that part doesn't have you, okay? But the other side, which is when they turn it around to look at it even better, that's when they're going to see that, you know what, my life was much happier when I had that person with me. They're going to figure that out. Your last card is your card. Whether or not you're going to accept that cup when they come to bring it to you. That could be you sitting there making your mind up saying, I don't know if I want it. Excuse me, I don't know if I can go through this again. I don't know if I can deal with the same things that happened before. I don't know if they're going to make promises to me and not keep them. Sometimes they say the right things, but then they don't do any of it. A lot of you have experienced water signs that your partner in the past has come back, has left before, and has come back. And when they did, they made the promises to you verbally. That night that you first reunited was great, exciting, special, but yet, even though you were intimate with them, even though they were close to you, even though they slept and spent the night next to you, you still laid there and worried while they were sleeping and you were still awake. And you laid there and worried, how long is this going to last? How long before somebody else gets involved? How long before they talk to their ex again? How long before they start giving me excuses? How long before they break my heart again? So a lot of you water signs are very much afraid. And I think that's why some of you are hesitant about what do you do. Or maybe it's for some of you, it's not so much that that you're afraid to, it's not that you're trying to decide whether to take them back, because of course majority of you want them to come back because you want things to get better. But at the same time, majority of you are trying to decide that, can I go through this again if it should not work? How many more times will I have to take them back until they can get it right? How many more times do I have to lower my standards to keep them around? How many more times do I have to give up things for myself to do for them? I'm the one, you're saying, this is you saying, I'm the one who's put in so much work. And they just pretty much, all they had to do was show up. And they couldn't even do that. While you were putting in all the work, all they had to do was show up and just be there. And that made you happy when they were just there. They didn't have to say anything or do anything, but you loved to have them around you. So water signs, you got some news coming for March. You have some excitement around. I wanted to see what's keeping your partner away. For some of you water signs, it is another person who has come in between you and them. It is a person who had already been in their life at one point in time. This person, once again, was making promises to them. And yet, your partner was making promises to you. But out of the whole circle, that partner is not going to give everything to this other person. They are going to find out that their happiness lies within you and them together. So you'll see what's happening. That's coming really soon. So I wanted to uncover things, find out what they're doing, but I know that their intentions will be to come back and offer you a cup.